Hello YouTube. Hello everyone. Welcome in. How's everyone doing? Today we're talking about basic behaviors that devalue you and standing in your divine feminine power. So we've already done topics on where we don't let other people set our value, but what are the things that you do unintentionally, unknowingly, on autopilot that actually devalue you, not only in the eyes of other people, but in your own eyes, you devalue yourself, okay? So welcome in, let me know that you're here, say hi, give this a thumbs up so other people can see it. And I have a list of some that I definitely want to go through, and then we'll see what else organically comes up in the community. I have been doing more member-only chats recently just because I feel like it helps me keep focused as the community is a little bit higher vibe. The questions are more elevated. So today I am opening this up to everyone, but if you want to become a member, you can hit the join button or find the link in the description box at any time. So number one, of how, this isn't in any particular order, but number one, how we devalue ourselves, not only in other people's eyes, but in our own psyche, in our own mind's eye, is when we seek permission or approval. So there are a lot of people walking around the planet, and this is men and women, but mostly women. I see this more in women, is this like ungrown up aspect of you, like the child part of that's stuck in the inner child wound. And so you behave and act like you are a child, and all people or your people are your parents. So it's like we're seeking the approval and permission from mama and papa, but this is our boss or our partner or our in-laws or our children or our friends. It's not mama and papa, and we don't need mama and papa anymore because we're grown adults and we're allowed to make our own decisions. I know I used to do this when I was in basic babe / self-aware Barbie mode. I used to wait for others to give me permission or give me approval, and then I would make my moves. And that makes, now I can laugh about it because it's almost funny to me that I was a grown woman acting like a child because those aspects of me were unhealed. Those aspects of me were unintegrated to my wholeness. And I see a lot of women doing this, even powerful women that are sitting around. They may be powerful in some aspects of their life, but in other areas, they're acting like they have absolutely no power. They've given away their power. They think that they need their partner's approval, society's approval, and it's all in your head. It's all make-believe. It's the child part of you, the 5-year-old that's saying, if mommy says it's okay. Think of it this way. When we're children, we are trained to ask for permission. You can't just get up and go to the bathroom in your classroom. You can't just go and get the second cookie. We are trained to ask for permission. And it makes sense in some ways because, we, as adults, we are the responsible party for children. We don't want our 6-year-old to wake up in the middle of the night, open the door and go out there. We are training them that, hey, ask for permission. Let us know before you do X, Y, and Z. But at some point, that part of you needs to be reintegrated into adulthood and say, oh, now I am the responsible adult and I don't need anyone's permission to move, to do something, to change something, to make decisions. So that's the decision that you need to make. The join button, Brenda, is under every video and it's also on my main page. You won't see it if you're not signed in to your Google account. So you can't see it if you're not signed in. Let me see what you guys are saying. So loving these videos, Mina, helping me tons. We'll catch the replay last 2 days of getting ready to move. Oh, okay, awesome, Arsh. I'll see you soon. Okay, so number one is seeking approval and permission. It devalues you. It shows other people, whether it's conscious or unconscious for them, that you are not grown. You don't see yourself as a grown human beings that can make their own decisions. And that actually makes you a target in some respects too. In good situations, hopefully you're around people that are helping you make good decisions. But if you're not, if you have people around you that don't have the best of intentions for you, they're going to employ you into decisions that serve them and not serve you, right? So you got to be careful. Number one is seeking approval / permission. Number two is seeking validation. This is such an American thing. I have not seen this on this level in any other part of the world. It has really opened my eyes up to how much healing we need on the planet, but especially in the Western world. You would think we're ahead of the curve on a lot of these things, because in the Western world, especially in the United States, we have access to prosperity and wealth and opportunities and resources, far above some other parts of the world. But when it comes to seeking validation, I would give, I love the United States, born and raised here. I identify myself as an American, but oh my goodness, we are far behind when it comes to seeking out validation. I think one of the problems is that we have built this into our vocabulary, into our psychology textbooks, into our therapy training. And if you can overcome this, I promise you, you will have quantum leaps. When we validate ourselves or seek validation in things that don't serve us, we lock it in. We keep ourselves stuck. But I see grown women every single day just hungry, like a hungry ghost, for validation. And who is really, really awesome at giving validation? Predator men. They are amazing at it. Ooh, they're so good. They're so smooth at it. If you are a woman seeking validation, you will be attracted to those predator men, like, what is it, moths to fire, or whatever that saying is. Ooh, you're going to be a match made in disaster heaven. So that's what the predator men know how to do really well. They will validate you, make you feel so seen, and then you are prey. You need to be able to overcome this. Every single time I talk about this, the two most triggering topics, I believe, on my channel for grown women is the addiction to suffering and the addiction to seeking validation. You are a grown woman. You do not need to validate your suffering emotions, or validate or seek anybody else's validation. It is so easy to prey on women that are seeking validation. Oh, I'm so sorry, you're so sick. Oh my goodness, no wonder you're so behind. I see you. I see that you are so wounded. I see your wounds and your suffering. I see you. And they are just eating out of your, they see me, right? People like me that are like, girl, wake up, put on your crown. You've got this. We're triggering. You're not validating me. Okay. I refuse to lock in your suffering. I refuse to do it. I refuse to do it. I know that people are really triggered by this. I see the comments, but I'm sorry. I see you as a friend, and I would want the same from you. I expect the same from my family and friends. I don't want to be locked in something that is a trauma or a wound or something that I can easily overcome by just detaching myself from it. So nope, don't do it. Stop seeking the validation. Validate the parts of you that are the divine parts, the parts that you are going towards or moving towards, the parts that you are integrating, okay? So the word that I use in place of validation is acknowledge and then move on, okay? Acknowledge and then move on. Stop validation, okay? Stop this whole validation BS. When we validate, we lock it in. So when people say, I want to validate I want to be validated for my sadness, okay? You know, people that are chronically sad, if you validated, you've locked it in more for them, and they've locked it in themselves. Instead of saying, I acknowledge that I'm feeling sadness right now, identifying the sensation in my body, processing that emotion, realizing that that is just something I'm feeling. I'm not attached to it. It doesn't need to be fused on and screwed on into my psyche as something that is now me. And I can now move on and embody a different next level emotion, whatever the next level is above that. Versus now I've validated it. It's part of me. It's fused on. Now me and my sadness can never be separated because this is how I seek validation from the world. Very key difference. This was, I would say, a huge turning point in my journey. When I stopped seeking validation for how I was feeling. And I would have to credit my husband for this. He's not from the United States. He's been here for many decades now, but he was born and raised in Pakistan, and they don't have this stuff there. So he refused to give me validation for inappropriate feelings, right? Or things that came up that were just passing through. And this is something that was very much an American part of me, like seeking it, being upset about it. And then I realized that would not serve me at all through a conversation that him and I had of what I needed him to do. And just seeing the look of ridiculousness on his face kind of awoke me from that. I went after that discussion and really journaled on this for weeks on end on like, why would I want to be validated for feeling, for like throwing a tantrum, right? Or misinterpreting something and then lashing out like that. It makes absolutely no sense, right? You could see it clearly on his face because they don't have this concept in their country and in their culture. So that made me go out and really study where this is coming from. And it's very much an American thing is what I found, because they don't really have this really weird concept in other cultures. But here, women will fight you tooth and nail to get that validation. And if you really want to receive it, the predators know how to give it real good, girl. That's where you're going to find it. Okay, so yes. I often seek validation from men that rejected me. Like I keep trying to prove I was good enough. You see, it keeps you so stuck. So if you want to really quantum leap in your inner work and in your self-esteem work, in your inner child work, remove the word validation from your vocabulary. Try it for 90 days, I would say. There's a lot of things in the American culture that are just beautiful and divine, and we're so ahead in a lot of ways. And then there are some concepts that are actually keeping us stuck. So I find changing certain vocabulary, and I feel blessed that I have had several cultures available to me very closely to study. Otherwise, I would have never seen it because I was born and raised in the United States. This is all I knew. If this was all I knew, I wouldn't have noticed the contrast. So I do feel very blessed because of that. And remove the word validation from your vocabulary for 90 days and see what happens. See what happens. So weird how the universe works. Just stopped myself from putting out a video full of complaints this morning, which moves us to point number 3. Okay, so point number 3, how women devalue themselves not only in the eyes of others, but in the eyes of their mind's eye, is complaining. Complaining gets you nowhere. It keeps you stuck. It takes away your power. It takes away other people's energy. It is one of the most useless activities that you can engage with on the planet. One of the most useless activities on the planet. It's literally like the wheels are spinning, but nothing is moving. Just spinning your wheels, complaining. Stop it. Simply, in the wise words of my mother, she would see you doing something and she would say, stop it. That was a response to most things. Just stop it. This is one of those. There's an amazing book. I can't remember. A Complaint-Free World. Read that book, order the bracelets, do the challenge. My husband and I did it. We wore the bracelet where you had to keep changing it every time you complained. And oh my goodness, did that detox us from complaining. We were pretty shocked to learn that how often we did complain, even though it seemed very benign. It was like, a little here, a little there. It wasn't like full on ranting, but it was enough for us to both be like, wow, we consider ourselves self-aware, conscious people, and we complain. We also realized that we were using complaining, benign, kind of like little complaining, as a way of connection. Like, what? I can't think of a lower vibe activity than complaining as a form of connection. Okay, so don't do it. Do the challenge. Get yourself out of it. Okay. Number 4 way that we devalue ourselves is giving our power away. And I think these are just like piggybacking on the other ones, thinking that someone else has to move first. Oh, I have this thing. Alina was reading this on my phone. It's my background. Let me read it for you guys. Because she was like, Mommy, I can't fully read it because the way it is. So I had to like pull it up for her. Okay, so here it is. When you move, the universe moves. When you reach, it reaches. When you stretch, it stretches. But always you must go first. And so again, it's piggybacking on that validation, on that approval, on everything else, giving your power away. Like, no, you are a grown woman, right? Like, you are the queen, the lady of your house. You get to make decisions. You get to make power moves. You get to make mistakes. Like, you have the right to make mistakes. Like, sometimes we have this analysis paralysis that if we make a decision, we'll make a mistake. Good. That is the GPS rerouting. So I am not afraid to make mistakes. I love making mistakes because every mistake reroutes me. And it's just contrast that makes me notice where I'm supposed to be steering next. So get over this. My husband says I can't do this. My mother-in-law will do da-da-da-da-da. No one's going to die. Okay? No one's going to die. No one's going to shun you from the imaginary tribe and community. You're going to be okay. You are allowed to make mistakes. This is something that I teach my kids. You are allowed. Mommy, what am I doing? You are allowed to make mistakes. Oh, okay. Just do it anyways. What if I mess this up? Mess it up. Go ahead and mess it up and then learn to fix it. You are allowed to make mistakes. We are so afraid to make mistakes that then we go and control our kids and our partners and everyone else and making sure they don't make any mistakes. Let people make mistakes. Let people reroute. Like on the highway. So I have no sense of direction, like when I'm driving, by the way. You guys know this. If you know me, you know I have no freaking sense of direction when it comes to driving. Divinely living my life, hell yes, because God's got the GPS running in my ears. So that I can hear. So when I'm driving, I know I've already factored in the time that if I'm going somewhere new, I'm probably going to get lost. Like, it's expected. So if I'm on the highway and it's too late to do anything about it, but I know that I'm not supposed to be getting off here and I'm getting off here, but I can't go back, I just let myself get off. Because I know that the GPS will reroute me. Okay? I believe in technology. I believe in GPS. I believe in God. I believe that I was supposed to take the scenic route. I believe that something was probably prevented. I needed to get off here. Even if it was a wrong turn, even if it was a mistake, even if I didn't hear the GPS in time, I was meant to get off here for some reason that I don't know and I don't care, but we're doing this thing. So allow yourself those detours. Go ahead and make the mistakes. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and fail. Fail every day, fail repeatedly, and get yourself realigned. Rerouting, GPS, rerouting is like you realigning. Okay? So I've depended on GPS for most of my life. Before GPS, it was MapQuest. Before MapQuest, it was calling my dad and hearing him yell at me for the millionth time saying, why can't you live in the city? You've been born and raised in the city. Why can't you get it? Like, I just can't, Dad. That was one of the parts that God decided I wasn't going to have. Okay. So It is okay to make mistakes. You are allowed to make mistakes. Stop giving your power away. Okay? Sometimes we think someone else will do it better. They know it better. They won't make the mistake. They got better because you keep handing your power to them. Okay? And they were allowed to make the mistakes. So go ahead and do it. It's okay. I am allowed to make mistakes. Yes. I love that. I'm so scared of making mistakes. Thanks for the reminder. I wonder where this comes from. I wonder if it's from our childhood where like we weren't allowed to make mistakes, but how are you supposed to learn? By standing on the sidelines and see everyone else doing it perfectly? Like it doesn't make any sense. Redirection is God's protection. Yes. Oh my goodness. I couldn't agree more. Calling your dad old school. Yeah. And then my dad would be like, are you headed north or south? And I would be like, Dad, if I knew that, I probably wouldn't be calling you. Like, I don't know that kind of stuff. Number 1, stop seeking permission, approval. 2, stop seeking validation from others. In fact, remove the word validation from your vocabulary. Acknowledge and then move on. 3, stop complaining. 4, you are allowed to make mistakes. Stop giving your power away. Stop sitting on the sidelines, girl. Stop it. Like, go and get your hands dirty. Go and make the mistakes. Go and reroute yourself. Okay, where are we? 5? Okay, so 5, 1, 2. Only I can mess it up, even when I've numbered it. I don't know what is it with me and numbers. Okay, 5. Being a martyr and sacrificing yourselves, because then people will like you, and then you get to be the good little girl. Someone's gonna tap your head and give you a gold medal because you got to suffer, because such a good girl you are. Aw, come here and let me rub your belly. You're such a good girl. Cut that shit out. Cut it out. Stop it. No one's going to give you a medal. They're just going to keep asking for more. Because you're a doormat. Like, what else are people supposed to do? They're supposed to wipe their feet on the doormat. What else are they supposed to do? And then you're going to be mad. And then you're going to be resentful because I have the word doormat on my head, but they keep wiping their shoes on me. Okay? Cut it out. Cut it out. That whole sacrificing energy, that whole like, oh, I'm going to be the one that like, does the whole catering, does this, and then my energy is all gross and yucky, and I'm a martyr, and woe is me, and no one looks out for me. Because everyone else thinks that's what you like doing, by the way. I've had this happen in my life. I've been on both ends, unfortunately. I've been on the end where I was the sacrificer and martyr, and I have been on the end where other people were doing that to me and then being really resentful. And I was like, calling them out. Like, why are you doing that if you don't like it? Right? I don't want you. Like, I had to sit some people down and I said, I think you don't know this, so I must say this. Here's what I need you to do. Here's what I need you to know. I don't want you to be unhappy. I think you have it in your head that you have to sacrifice yourself for me. Not only do I not value that, it turns me off and I find it so gross. Stop it. Please don't do anything for me that doesn't light you up. I insist. Please stop doing things for me. And they were in shock. But many people do this. They have this mind chatter going on. So how it showed up to me was, I'm not saying anything. This person notices certain things, has some mind chatter, decides that they're going to do X, Y, Z for me. I don't want them to do X, Y, Z for me. In fact, I don't even care about X, Y, Z. I see them doing it. I'm like, oh, okay, they must want to do it. I don't want them to, but okay, maybe it makes them happy. They do it, and then I notice their energy of resentment for a while, and then they come and say, I did X, Y, and Z for you. How come you said no to this? Or how come you didn't sacrifice yourself here? And Then they would do the thing again. And it was like this really vicious cycle until I would sit them down and say, you know what? Here's why I don't sacrifice myself. And here's why I don't want you to do it. I don't value the things you're doing because I just don't value those things. Okay? So leave my life alone and get your mind chatter to be working on your own life. Do things that make you happy. I insist. Stop doing things for me. I see people doing this all the time. All the time. Sacrificing themselves. Here is a sign that you are doing things for other people that they don't want you to do. Number one sign. Ready? Number one sign is they don't appreciate it. You think that they don't appreciate you. The fact is, they just don't appreciate that thing. They don't value that thing in their life. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you notice that your best friend's car, this is a weird example, but your best friend's car is really messy and dirty. And your best friend just doesn't seem to care about her messy car. And you go and you take a day afternoon off from work. Now you've given yourself 1 point. And then you go and you take her car and you go and you spend, $50 and you have the car detailed. Now you've given yourself 2 points. Okay. Then you go and you surprise your best friend with her clean car. Now you've given yourself 3 points. And your best friend's like, oh, you shouldn't have. Well, thank you. Where are my keys? Here they are. Where's my, and then she's like getting herself oriented. Okay. And now you're like, she didn't really, I didn't really get the appreciation that I was expecting. Maybe she just doesn't value me. How selfish is she? I took a day off. I drove her car to the thing and I paid $50 to have it detailed. And then I drove it back and she just doesn't value our friend. You know what? Come to think of it, last week I did that other thing for her and she just doesn't, she's using me. Oh my God, she's a user. Then you call up your other friend and you're like, you know how used I feel right now? I must tell you, so-and-so, she's such a user. It doesn't even occur to you, then so-and-so didn't ask you to do this, one. And secondly, this is just not a highly regarded value in their life. A clean car isn't their top 5 things that they value. It's just not. Why didn't they value you doing this? Because they just don't value that thing. It's just not on their radar. Okay? I have been on both ends of this. I'm telling you from experience. I have done things for people and then sat there wanting validation and approval, appreciation, and realized it had nothing to do with me. I was doing things that they didn't care about. And far more than I have done this for people, I've definitely been on the other end of it. For some reason, I tend to attract people that want to do things for me and then say that they made me. I'm the reason that they're the reason that I'm successful. And I have sat these people down and said, you know what? You're right. You are a lovely person. I love you so much. Here's what I need from you. If you want to help me, stop helping me, stop doing things for me, and use some of that amazing skill set that you say you have and the skill set that you say that you made me with, and use it to make something of yourself. That's what I will value. I will love you for that. I will be your biggest supporter. I will cheer you on. The skill sets that you claim you use to make Mina Irfan who she is, use it for yourself now. Your turn. Tag, you're it. Because they will keep doing the thing and become resentful, and they will create this monster of you in their head thinking that you don't appreciate it, but we just don't want you to do those things. Cut it out. Use your life force energy for your own betterment. Use it for your own betterment. Okay? So that's 5. Stop being the sacrificer and the martyr. Stop it. Number 1 sign is you feel underappreciated. You're doing things that other people don't want you to do. And here, from their perspective, they think that you want to do those things. You're actually a nuisance. But they're like, oh, maybe they just want to do it. Okay, I'll just take. They think they're taking one for this team. Fine, just bring me my coffee. Okay, stop it. Ms. T said, I used to be this person. Yes. Oh my goodness. We've all done it. We've been on both ends. As women, we have been on both ends. All of this is relevant to me. Your God sent Mina. Oh, I'm so glad, Karen. I get it. I hear you. I have been on both ends. My mom is this way. Like, she gets mad for not jumping down over things you didn't ask for. Yes. It's like, please cut it out. I insist. Yes. Giving above and beyond, then getting mad when they didn't appreciate it. And we think they don't appreciate us. It's just that every single person, whether they realize it or not, has certain things that they really value in life, and everything else is just noise. It's just background. It's like the backup dancers, like no one's looking, okay? No one cares. So if you keep investing in the things that are background noise for them and then taking that personally, thinking that like they don't value you, they just don't value that thing. Okay, there's so many things that are just like clutter or noise for me, that if someone came and like they went out of their way and they rearranged that thing or gave me that thing or did something with that thing, I genuinely won't notice. And then that person will feel like I don't notice them or I don't appreciate them, but I didn't ask them to do that thing. I'm not doing that thing because I just don't care about it. It's not a priority in my life. I'm very clear and focused and disciplined on what my 5 things are. You guys hear me talking about this all the time. The other stuff, it's like noise to me. I don't care. This is an excellent topic and needed. Yes. Yes, ma'am. It feels like a manipulation of someone does too much, especially if it's stuff that like it's just them spinning their wheels, right? So for example, if I don't value something and it's not important to me, but I need it done and my husband goes and does it for me, I will appreciate the hell out of him, right? Like, thank you so much. Like, for example, oil change, right? Like, obviously it's not one of my like life passions or missions, but my car needs an oil change and my husband goes and take care of that stuff. I appreciate the hell out of him because that's an essential thing. But if I see him becoming in that like self-sacrificing martyr type energy, doing things for me like, I don't know, rearranging my sock drawer and then being upset about it, that I would like, I'm going to be like, I just don't care about socks, dude. I just don't care. Like, don't do it. Like, don't do it unless it lights you up and you're doing it for you. Don't do it for me, because that's just my sock drawer messy. I actually only own like 3 pairs of socks. I am not a sock person. So do you see how that works? So don't waste your life force energy. Every single person that's like in my tribe, like the closest people to me, my husband, my kids, like my family, they know, don't do things for Mina unless you love doing those things. Because if she's not doing them for herself, she probably doesn't value it. I've been very clear about this now, because I tend to attract those people in my previous life that will do like really ridiculous things for me and then claim that they made me, or I'm the reason that, they're the reason I'm alive. And it's like, no, rearranging my sock drawer doesn't make me. I don't, that's not my thing. Stop it. You are my godsend angel, Mina. Thank you. You're welcome, Jennifer. Yay. Yes, be mindful of your intentions. Yes. And ask. If you're unsure, ask if they even want that thing done. Yes, I stopped doing things for men in the dating process. Yes. Oh my God, I've seen this. Like, women will go and like clean their date's car or their house or bring them, all this food, and then they feel he didn't ask you to do any of that. He's not looking. If he needed a catering service and a maid, men are very good at actually outsourcing things and hiring people. They're really good at it. We struggle with this more than they do. So they would have done that. He's looking for a partner, right? He's not looking for a maid. This is applicable in other areas of life too. Sometimes you're good at something, but your families never support you in that because they don't value that thing. Exactly. And then you take it as, oh my God, I'm not valuable. But it's like, they're just not noticing. Like, I am a very focused and driven person. I've told you guys this before. I have a very strong alpha energy. And so when I'm in that mode of like focus, direction, like, discipline, I don't notice things that aren't in my field. That's masculine energy. And men actually have even more of that. So that doesn't mean that if someone's doing something amazingly brilliant, that they're not worthy. Of course, everyone's infinitely worthy. But just because I didn't notice it doesn't take away from their worth. It's just not in my field because I'm focused on this other thing, right? But people will take it as that. Does that make sense? So that doesn't mean your family is bad, doesn't mean you're bad, it doesn't mean you're not worthy. It just means you have a different set of values. And we're all here to do different things. We're not here to all agree on one thing. We're not here to beat this into each other that we must conform to these three beliefs. That's not how it works. Thank you, Nika. I appreciate the super chat. She said, thank you so much for this transformative energy and information. Thank you, babe. I appreciate you. All the blessings. Forgive yourself. I used to do that too. Let's see. Oh my God, yes. I'm experiencing this with my brother who has just started music. Yes. Let me see. I just don't care about Sahaks. Love it. Love this video, Mina. So true. And I also have been on both ends. I will definitely write this down. Yeah. So from now on, if people are not validating you, they're not noticing you, they're not appreciating you, again, they may just have different things in front of their value system. It says nothing to do with your worth. Go and journal on this. Go and get aligned. Let me see. Did I say all of these? I have a sixth one, but now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like it kind of just goes with the other. Should I just say it? Okay, we just say it. Okay, so number 6. I always have like the weirdest numbers, either 4 or like 6. Like, why can't I be normal and do like 5 or like 10? Okay, 6. Okay, here's 6. Staying in places or vibrations or with friends that don't serve you. Like, it's like you're a square and you're trying to like fit yourself into the round thing. You know what I mean? You know that saying. I butchered it, but you know that saying. That, okay? Like, if this isn't your thing and no one's seeing you here, but like this is the place that they must give this thing to you. Versus, oh, okay. By the way, this is a huge projector thing too. So you guys know on July 30th, this Friday, the Aligned Projector Mastermind is starting. So if you are a projector, you need to be signed up for this. It's linked in the description box, and cart closes on the 30th. Classes start on the 30th. So this is a projector thing. Like, a lot of projectors, when they come to human design and they learn that they're supposed to wait for the invitation, they'll subconsciously go to the place where they're definitely not going to receive the invitation because they're not recognized there, and insist that they be recognized there and that they receive that's not your place. It's not your tribe. It's not your vibe. It's not your thing. Like, remove yourself from there. Try other places. Like, just simply even just removing your energy from that place will open up a wealth of information and new opportunities. But you must remove yourself from places that don't serve you. So get really good at hanging up on conversations that are going in the wrong direction, excusing yourself from conversations, and even mentally hanging up on thoughts that no longer serve you so that you can be available. Because look, at the end of the day, yes, we are infinite beings, but we all have a limited number of a finite number of energy that we're given here on this planet, on this mission, on this third dimension domain, right? And especially if you're a projector, that comes in limited bursts. So being stuck somewhere where you are not welcome or you are not wanted or you're not recognized, and then claiming that no one's giving you an invitation, it just doesn't make any logical sense, right? So be willing to remove yourself from thoughts, feelings, behaviors, actions, people, places, things that no longer serve you. Okay. Yes, we need to hang up on your own negative thoughts. That is power. Yes, and you are a powerful being. Use it. Use your power. Be willing to remove yourself. Oh my God, 6, I used to do this. I ended up folding and folding until I couldn't fold no more. I realized there's some people won't value me. Projector here. You're in the wrong environment. You're not going to get the invitation or the validation or whatever else you're seeking. It's just the wrong environment for you. Okay. Yes, I say this to myself all the time. Yes, on one level, we are all one, and we are also all individuals with individual bodies and limited or different energies. Stop spiritual bypassing. Absolutely. Do the work. Do the inner work. I finally left Baja where my baby's dad was treating me like a nanny and maid and mistreating me. Bye. All blessings, yes, some will never approve. And not because they're evil. We have to keep in mind that no one set out to like intentionally hurt people. Like, of course, there's some predators, but generally most people are gray, right? They're not black and white, they're gray. Most people lie somewhere in between. They're just on autopilot. They're just trying to figure stuff out for themselves, their own life. They're caught up in their own mental chatter. We make up all these stories of how people are out to get us and people this and that. They're just surviving on their own end. And it has nothing to say about your worth. They just value different things, right? So that's okay. We are all allowed to value different things. Go with the tribe and the people that value similar things with you, right? Doesn't mean you have to cut out the other people, but those aren't the conversations. Like, I'm not going to walk into a group that clearly is like anti-law of attraction or whatever and like try to preach law of attraction. Like, that's not the place, right? That's an inappropriate use of my energy and my time. So in my friend group where that's what we discuss because that's where we're headed and that's what we believe, yes, I'm going to discuss it there. So be appropriate for the environment. You hang with dogs too long, you catch fleas. And this is true if you have a lot of open centers or certain centers are open in your human design. You will take that energy and amplify that energy. So you will do it much worse than that person was even doing it. Yes, it has been a game changer to stop creating stories about what people think about me. Exactly. This was a useful part of the brain at some point that actually has now been hijacked, and it's a outgrown part of the new human consciousness. So stop creating those stories. Yes. I've moved to a new position at work and have been feeling like a foreigner. I'm beginning to realize that it's not my vibe anymore. Okay. If either it's not your vibe or you have some self-imaging problems. So I would say, can you create the image of yourself that fits in there? Even if it's temporary, even if you're just moving along and you're just a passenger, but see if you can work on your self-image. It makes sense because you become who you associate with. That is so true. That is so true. How to recognize the good environment. It feels good in your body. It feels good to you. You feel like you belong there. That's exactly how I used to be. I didn't understand to leave the table when love is not being served. Ooh, I like Bella. I love the way you put that. Leave the table if love isn't being served there. I love the way you put that. I get irritable when I'm in an environment that doesn't serve me. So know yourself and move accordingly. Love that. Oh my God, yes. Oh, I'm adding a seventh one. Yeah, I have like 100 of these, so I could keep going. Seventh, over explaining. I actually have a video that I'm planning on doing soon that's called Don't Complain, Don't Explain. Yes, I don't explain and I definitely don't complain. Nope, not my vibe. Remember, this really helps me embrace my worthiness. Yes, needed to hear this bit. Can you define what it means to work on my self-image? I talk about this in the personal power activation course. If you can't see yourself as someone ... whatever that thing is, you're not going to be able to do it. You won't even allow yourself to do it, right? So before I became a happily married woman, I had to see myself as a woman that could be happily married, right? Before I could attract a provider into my life, I had to see myself as someone men would see worth providing for. Before I became a millionaire, I had to see myself as someone that could become a millionaire, an image of that. So being able to see yourself as that thing in the mind's eye, whether it's through visualization, inner work, writing it out, putting yourself in those situations deliberately and consistently, do all of that. If you can't see yourself, you're going to self-sabotage. You won't even let yourself do it. So absolutely. You won't even say yes to the opportunity. You won't even see the things as opportunities, right? Because you're not someone that sees yourself doing that. Mental rehearsal. Yes, like an athlete. Oh, that is so good for the subconscious. Yes. I will rehearse the thing down to like the smallest details. What was on the table in the background when I was doing that thing? Mm, yes. Once I started dressing well, doing my makeup, even if I don't go out, everything changed. People started to notice something different as well. Love that. You became someone that carried themselves, invested in themselves in a certain way. That's me too. Since I was 2, I've gotten dressed every single day. I haven't missed a day. So yes, that's something I value as well. So you have to know that you were always in your tribe. And you are always in the tribe of your yesterday's energy. So the tribe that you currently have, that's a remnant, you can say, of yesterday's energy. So you're always in the right tribe. So if you want to be in a different tribe tomorrow, change your energy today. Level up, upgrade your consciousness, do your inner work, release the old patterns and behaviors, and tomorrow you will be in a new tribe. You can't be in a new tribe just by going and seeking it out, because if you're not someone that is belonging in that tribe, they're not going to accept you. You're not going to feel like you belong. You're not even going to see them. You might not even value that tribe. You might not even know that tribes exist. That was a big one for me. There's certain things that I didn't even know to desire them, because I didn't even know that was out there until I started, like, literally caterpillar, as I teach in my Millionaires Play Shop, and like that expand your container slowly, because you don't even know what you can fully desire, because that thing isn't even in your field. Okay. Remove the word validation. I don't even want to see it in the, we're doing a 90-day validation detox. We're not even going to use that word. Great point, Mina. If you want fruit tomorrow, plant the seeds right now. Yes. I love the way you put that. Beautiful. Yes, absolutely. I used to think that because of what happened to me when I was little, just like you, Mina, I wasn't worthy. And I was so wrong. This is an everyday battle. If you see it as a battle, it's a battle. Okay, so who were you before that incident? Who were you when you were born? Who were you before you were born? That's still you. That's still the core of who you are. Who were you before you came here on this planet? That's still you. That part of you still exists. Thanks, Mina, for the new bonus modules. Your 6 steps works in every area. I'm so glad, Simon. I'm so glad you guys have been enjoying the bonuses. I love you, Mina. You're one of my resources. If anything, you are the best one. Oh, thank you, babe. I love you too. Just a beautiful, free, and happy kid. That was you before that happened. What were you before you were a kid? What were you before you were an embryo? What were you before you were even a twinkle in your parents' eye? That's still you. That's still you. Work from there. No battles needed to be fought. There are no battles. Throughout my life, even today, my mom gives me examples of others and really appreciates me. Good. Now she's showing you that you are an adult and you're insisting on wanting to be a child. So say my mom is such a loving person, she's treating me like the adult that I am. Say this like 1,000 times. My mom is such a loving person, she's treating me like the adult that I am. I get to be a grown-up, I get to be an adult, I don't need mama's approval. You are the mom that I never had, Mina. Thank you for existing and showing through embodiment. I love that, Ash. Thank you. You're beautiful and pure inside out, an angel. Thank you, guys. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Unlimited cosmic energy. Ooh, I like that. That's who you get to be. There you go. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Default. No approval needed. No permission needed. You are unlimited cosmic energy, as Appetite said. I love that. Approval doesn't need to be earned. Approval is a man-made, weird concept. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as approval. Go beyond these words. Go beyond approval, beyond validation, beyond permission. Act like you have amnesia, like you hit your head. Those words don't exist. Those concepts don't exist. And start seeing how free you feel. Those are, they don't, they're imaginary. They don't exist. In the infinite field, there's no such thing as approval. No such thing. They're totally made up. Just like forget about these words. How was the weekend with the in-laws, Mina? Oh my goodness, it was so divine. I so needed it. I needed family time, like extended family time. I mean, we have family time every day, but it's been a while since we've seen people because of everything that's going on. So that was so nice. Receiving this goddess energy. Yes. That's what we're talking about in the Aligned as Femme class tomorrow. Goddess energy, mother energy, sex kitten energy. Yes. I'm worthy because I was created. Yes. And even beyond that, what about the people that are the energies that aren't created? They're worthy too. Do you see that all of these things are man-made concepts that we have like held on to really tightly? In God's field, none of these things are even real. Yet we create these weird limitations and constraints and lifelong of suffering and misery because we didn't get this man-made, really weird thing that doesn't even exist. I am tuning in for that class, one of my favorite subjects. Yes, girl. Yes, it's like asking if God approved of us when he is literally infinite love. Yes, it's when you like wake up to how ridiculous these things even are that we are fighting over, like we are sacrificing our life force energy over, we're crying over them, we're going to therapy for them. Oh, woe is me. Oh, it doesn't even exist. It's made up. These are just made up things. They're keeping you stuck. They don't really even exist. What is permission really? If you go beyond the word and like what your definition of that is, what is it? What is it? Like, I can't even pinpoint it really. Like, hover above the word, look at it, and just realize how ridiculous most of the things that we cry over, like, or spend like years and decades of our life mulling over, like how ridiculous those concepts even are. They don't really exist. One person or two people or three people got together and created a thought form around it, and then it infected, what is it, the 100 monkey thing? If 100 monkeys believe something, it's in the collective consciousness of the entire species or something like that. But it's imaginary. Someone just thought it up. It's just a thought form that got out of hand. It's like a pandemic. It's like it's a disease. Go beyond it. Go beyond the word. Mina, what is the difference between your 6-step process and all other people's processes out there? I don't know. That's my process and that's theirs. That is such a funny question. I don't know. This one is mine. And I did it. And it worked. And thousands of people have used it. Mina, what do you think about men? Ask us, what do you bring to the table? Don't think. Don't think about random things. Go in your body. See how you feel. What do you desire in your heart? And move towards that thing. Align yourself to it and move towards it. I don't sit around thinking about men or about these weird concepts that a lot of people think about. I spend every breath that I take is a breath of scanning my body and knowing what's happening with me and rerouting. Let that all go. Like, let the mental chatter go. Retrain your brain to not answer or engage with these thoughts. Otherwise, another one, it's like a gray hair. You pull it, another one pops up, another one pops up. Decide for 30 days that you will not answer any of your own thoughts. I don't use my life force energy in those ways. I don't sit around thinking about those things at all. Retrain your brain. Retrain yourself. None of these things have any bearing on your happiness, on your success, or where you're going. You can barely control your own thoughts. How can you control a man's thoughts? Mina, I love how you have said that before, that if you have to convince them, they're not for you. Exactly. Nothing that's meant for you needs to be convinced, cajoled, terrorized into being with you. Mina, what is your opinion? I have no idea what that means. This is so beautiful. Don't answer your thoughts. They're just random thoughts. Let them go. Focus on realignment, what's happening in your body, and reroute yourself, girl. Yep. Hi, Marina. Hi, Lenny. Welcome. It's all made up in someone's head. If society can make things up and people accept it, why can't I make up my own beliefs and lifestyle? Literally like my life's motto. There it is. Appetite just summed it up. They're all just stories. They're all just beliefs. All of them are limiting because we are infinite beings. So when we're having this third density experience on this planet, it's all made up. So if it's all made up, then I'm just gonna make up the beliefs that serve me and align myself with them. And that's literally what I've done. That's the 6-step process where you're making up your own beliefs, aligning with them, and then creating your own life with them. So powerful. I will have to watch this video a few times to stay aligned. Yes, Shiva. Life is so simple and easy when you cut the crap. So true. Stop thinking about nonsense. Yes. Such nonsense that people think about. Such nonsense. It's all nonsense. The brain is all nonsense. It's just going on and on and on. And you're here trying to put out those daily questions and powers, like fires and all of that stuff. It's like, what if you just gave up and stopped answering those and started following your actual desires, moving towards those? None of those would need to be resolved. 99.9% of your problems will be immediately resolved. Immediately. You are on a roll today, Appetite. These aren't just words that I say, though. I actually embody and live this way. I don't answer my thoughts. I don't sit around giving my thoughts enough power to even randomly go. I've trained my brain. Brain, you are my slave. This is what we're freaking doing today. Come along with me. I'm not like, oh, my brain is saying this today. Let's figure it. No, I'm in control. Okay. I tell my brain where to focus, what it's doing today. You are not a slave to your brain. Your brain is one little part of you. Do you know that the brain, this is like crazy. The brain, it's only like some percent of your body weight, but it consumes more than 20% of your energy, your daily energy. I think it was actually higher than this. I'm going to have to look that up. It's crazy the amount of energy that your brain consumes. Stop it. My mom's favorite words. Thank you for activating us, Mina. I love you. I love you too, Ashley. It can feel like 80. Does someone want to Google that? This was something that I read recently, and I was just like, oh my God, no wonder, because you can, if you wake up and do nothing else but run your brain wild, thinking all kinds of weird thoughts, you will feel exhausted. And then you will say, I'm sick. I don't have enough energy. Why am I fatigued? Yeah, because your brain is crazy. It's wild. It's off the walls, batshit, right? You haven't trained your brain yet. It's consuming and leaking energy. I quoted you on Instagram. You give your thoughts direction. Otherwise, there is no one behind the wheel. I love it. Yes, girl. Thank you. Will you do a class for manifestor generators? Only if a manifestor generator ends up in the aligned projector class, then I will. Otherwise, there's no point adding it in there. So if you want to exhaust yourself, wake up every day and let your brain do its thing. Congratulations, you've moved nothing and you're exhausted. Nothing's changed. If you want to change your life, train your brain. I'm so happy we can choose the life we live. We're all deliberate creators if you know it, whether you know it or not. So true. So true. The one thing that we're all here to do, live our life authentically, that's the one thing that we all lack training in. So train yourself. That should be the real education, right? I'm teaching my kids because I know they're not learning that at school. So you have to learn it. It's crazy how this is all connected. Yes. Kristen says, sometimes I hear my thoughts giving up. They will. The volume will be turned off. You'll be like, this bitch not listening. She's doing her own thing. Yeah, because I'm the boss. You're the girl boss. You're the creator, right? You're the one leading. Lead yourself. Don't let your brain lead you. That's crazy. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate you. He said, remember to like the video. I love you. That shows it to more people, actually. So that's good. Those same values and trainings can transform your entire life. You own your life. It's been given to you. You don't have to fight for it. You don't have to ask for it. You don't have to approve for it. It's yours. No one else has your life but you. It's yours. All you need to do is that psychopath in your brain that runs amok, you need to train that. What do the Buddhists call it? Monkey mind? Train that monkey mind. Yes. So ladies, this Friday, the Aligned Projector Mastermind is happening. It's going to be run live once, and then it's going to be recorded and available as digital course. So if you want to be there live, definitely sign up. The link is in the description box. The first lesson, we're going to study how to read your chart. Regardless of what type you are, it's the same way to read your chart. So I'm going to teach you guys how to read your own chart. And then we're going to work through most of the things like in the first training and a half is the same for everyone. And then we'll talk about projector energy, amplifying our energy, all the different various things of living in alignment. Then we'll see if there's people other than projectors in the class, then I'll do trainings for those types. I'll add those as bonuses. Okay. Thank you. Yes, I did. My hairstylist put in a little bit of highlights. Thank you. I wanted to keep my natural hair color as close as possible, but she just put in a few. Thank you. 1111. Oh my God. Yes. Love it. Thank you. All right, ladies. Links to questions or the courses I mentioned are in the description box. If you really want to stop seeking validation, all of the stuff that we talked about, the most relevant work for what we talked about here is in the Sacred Feminine Intensive that is linked in the description box. All right, ladies, I love you guys and gents. I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to go have lunch. Bye.